Bill O'Reilly here. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Coming up next, the news with Mike Slater.
Thank you, Bill. It is Thursday, March 30th, 2023. Here's what's happening today in America. No indictment for Trump, at least for a month. Calling for people to get murdered got one official fired. California voting for reparations, and more Americans than ever taking on a second job to make ends meet. That's all coming up. And then Bill will be here with your message of the day. But first, that Manhattan grand jury, which Trump said 2 weeks ago was going to vote to indict him, is ready to go on a month-long vacation, which means that any indictment of Trump would not happen until at least the end of April. Brilliant move by Trump, saying, I'm going to get arrested tomorrow. Get in front of it, made the DA's office go crazy, put a spotlight on the absurdity of it all, and made them all question everything. The press secretary for the Arizona governor, Katie Hobbs, she sent out a tweet saying that transphobes should be gunned down. She's been forced to resign. She posted this right after that murderer in Nashville killed 3 9-year-old children and 3 adults at the Christian school. But again, it fits this whole narrative that the Christians, they started it, and this woman was just acting in self-defense. By the way, if you have not seen the body camera footage from the police officers, it is absolutely incredible to watch. To see these men remain so calm, to move to the gunfire, and quickly eliminate the threat. It is absolutely textbook, and I encourage you to watch it and to be encouraged that sheepdog like this still exists. State of California voting on its reparations package for Black Californians because of slavery, even though California was never a slave state. After George Floyd was killed, Newsom started this task force. And the task force came up with, per each black person in California, how much do you think reparations? $365,000. That's $800 billion in a state that has a $777 billion debt. But just so you know what this is really all about, San Francisco has their own reparations plan, $5 million per black person. And one of the things they're demanding, in addition to the payout, is a minimum guaranteed income of $97,000 a year for every black resident. For decades, the far left has been wanting a guaranteed minimum income, and reparations is their newest way of getting it. That's what they really want. We keep hearing that the economy has never been better from Joe Biden and his team. Well, 44% of Americans work a second job. This is because of inflation. Inflation under Biden has cost the average household an extra $5,200 a year, $433 a month. I'm Mike Slater from the podcast Politics by Faith. Bill, with your message of the day. Next.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-925-7584 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-925-7584. That's 800-925-7584. What do you have to lose? Call 800-925-7584. Again, 800-925-7584.
Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. On this Thursday, recent polling shows a disturbing drop in the what's important category. Led by younger Americans, religion and patriotism are on the skids. This is not a good thing, but somewhat understandable in our current culture. Organized religion has been shrinking for years in the USA, mirroring what happened in Europe in the late 20th century. 2 reasons. First, many clerics cannot connect their ideology to the modern world. They are essentially boring and disinterested in the actual lives of their congregations. I go to Mass every Sunday. I know what I'm talking about. Second, many folks don't believe in right and wrong any longer. They want to do whatever. They reject any judgment of behavior, which is what religion does, with a few exceptions. On the patriotism front, the collapse of the public schools in many places fosters ignorance and apathy about a citizen's duty. Younger folks now tend to identify with social culture, not a vast nation. If you don't know history, geography, and political science, why would you have any attachment to your country? Immigrants often love America far more than those born here because they know what the USA provides. They can compare now to then. Younger Americans in general have little frame of reference. They live insulated lives drifting in cyberspace. Some of them are even insulted they have to earn a living. Their collective motto, where's mine? Not good. I'm Bill O'Reilly. I approve the message by writing it. You can reach me, Bill@BillO'Reilly.com, Bill@BillO'Reilly.com, name and town if you wish to opine. Let's go to the mail. Henry, Mr. O, well said. With no interest in truly enforcing gun laws, the bans are worthless. Even if they banned all guns, they would just get imported into the country along with the drugs. You're absolutely right. They think that the banning guns is going to stop gun violence. It won't. You can only contain it. Again, I have my program on BillO'Reilly.com. Glenn at Rich Creek, Fairfax, Virginia. The only problem with making guns a federal offense, the weaponized FBI would get involved. No, they wouldn't. It's the Bureau of Alcohol and Tobacco and Firearms. There'd be a little FBI, but not much. The locals make the arrests. The locals make the cases. They hand it over to the U.S. attorneys. That's how it would work. The FBI would not really have much in there. Tanya, Bill, why don't you like Nikki Haley? I don't dislike Governor Haley, Ambassador Haley. I don't see her as a real problem solver. I think she's just a conventional politician. I could be wrong. Let's see. Gene Sharp, Gilbert, Arizona. Bill, it pays to watch you. My husband and I took your advice on savings bonds at 9.2%, and then Capital One 11-month CD 5%. We now have much more money on our accounts than we did. That's why we're here. Smart life. Claudia. The New York City Hispanics and Asians are turning conservative to profess unfairness of the bail system and crime. Schools that won't teach basics. The grievance system you and Dominic Carter discussed is only going to create more anti-black sentiment. I don't know about that. If the reparations bill passes anywhere, there will be some anti-black sentiment. But if it doesn't, we're going to let it ride. In a moment, something you might not know. Eden Pure is having their famous BOGO deal on thunderstorm air purifiers. One listener wrote, it makes a huge difference in our cat litter box. I just wish I rated for the BOGO deal because I need another one. Well, now is the time. BOGO is back. When you buy one thunderstorm, you get one free. No matter how many you buy, you get an equal number free. Buy two, get two free. Buy five, get five free. The thunderstorm will eliminate any odor, even the worst odors like pets, cigarettes, urine, cooking. Now's the time to order. Eden Pure's buy one, get one free sale is this week only. With more than 300,000 thunderstorms sold and countless five-star reviews, you know it works. People are buying several for around their home and as gifts. So please go to EdenPureDeals.com. Use the discount code BILL. EdenPureDeals.com. Discount code BILL. Shipping free. Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. 42 years ago today, a deranged man shot President Ronald Reagan in Washington, D.C. The bullet pierced Mr. Reagan's left lung, missing his heart by inches. Miraculously, the 70-year-old commander-in-chief survived the attack. Here is the story. On March 30th, 1981, Mr. Reagan departed from the Hilton Hotel in Washington, D.C., where he was giving a speech. As he approached his limousine, 25-year-old John Hinckley fired 6 shots at the president. The gunman was immediately detained by the Secret Service. Reagan, however, was rushed to the hospital, as was his press secretary, Jim Brady. The president's first words to his wife, quote, "Nancy, I forgot the duck." Hinckley told the police he tried to kill Reagan to impress actress Jodie Foster. He had penned a letter to the young film star just days before the shooting, writing, quote, "Over the past 7 months, I've left you dozens of poems, letters, and love messages. The reason I'm going ahead with this attempt now is because I cannot wait any longer to impress you," unquote. 1 year later, Hinckley was found not guilty by reason of insanity. The would-be assassin was released from a psychiatric hospital in July 2016. He is currently performing country music on YouTube, if you can believe it. And here's something else you might not know. Ronald Reagan never really fully recovered from his wounds. He suffered extreme fatigue, hearing loss, and eventually cognitive decline. Mr. Reagan confirmed his diagnosis of Alzheimer's disease in November 1994, writing, quote, "I now begin the journey that will lead me into the sunset of my life. I know that for America there will always be a bright dawn ahead. May God always bless you," unquote. Ronald Reagan died in 2004 at the age of 93, 23 years after the assassination attempt. For more stories about the 40th president's life and his time in the White House, I hope you will check out my best-selling book, Killing Reagan. It has all the details of what happened in this terrible assassination attempt. Back after this. The chairman of the Fed is promising more pain ahead. Last year, stocks dropped 20%, and this year could be worse. You are right to be worried. So please call the only precious metal dealer I trust, American Hartford Gold. They'll show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. Since I have been a client and spokesperson, the price of gold has appreciated more than 35%. So please call today and they'll have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your IRA or 401k. Tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you, and they will give you up to $5,000 of free silver on your first order. Please call 877-444-GOLD, 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD GOLD to 65532. Again, 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.